Good morning, lovely friends. Good morning, lovely friends. I'm just growing, just growing, just getting happier, healthier, and more well just by working on myself, just by working on loving myself and working on loving others. This is the practice, right? This is the practice of healing the self with unconditional love. And that's what I do. That's what I do in my love community. Please join my love community where we are talking about all things health and all things love. You know, all things. We're talking about mindset. We're talking about changing our mindset. We're talking about changing our life with our mindset. Jessy Wald is here with me today. I am hoping that I'm going to get Jessy on the call with me. I'm hoping that we're able to do a share screen here. I have invited her, so I'm hoping that she will be able to jump on and join in for a little bit of dialogue with me. I feel like I have done all the things on my end. I believe that from this point, it's on Jessy's end to reach out to me, maybe to request. Not Jesse Boudreau, no, hopefully we will get Jesse Boudreau on. He did message me today and he actually said he'd like to do a dialogue with Vibrant Spirit and Owen Fox. So that's something that was suggested by Jesse Boudreau. So that's something that's in the works. But no, today I am looking for Jessy Wald. And I think she's out there, so I'm hoping that she's going to be able to engage with me. And you know, what I'm doing with Jessy is I'm collaborating with her. I'm getting into relationship with her. That's what it's about, right? It's about relationship. Jessy's saying she's got no way to join in. That's too bad. That's too bad. Maybe she's got some restrictions. I think Vibrant wasn't able to join in the first time I tried this with the Vibrant Spirit, and he was able to overcome some blocks he had on his page that allowed him to get onto my page. So perhaps Vibrant Spirit will be able to tell Jessy Wald, who has already also left a comment here. Vibrant Spirit wants to be in the video. Okay, let's see if let's see.
Hello.
Hello, brother. How are you? How are you?
Yes, I'm really good. I'm really good. What a pleasure. What a pleasure to see you again. Um, Absolutely. I'm really enjoying the uh, solid food vacation. And it's my second day of juicing with orange juice and
Oh,
big
good,
grass.
good, very good, brother. A couple of days of juicing, right? How's
Yeah.
that turning out for you?
Yeah, it is good. I felt that some mucus coming out of the system,
Mm,
because I do have greens as well regularly,
yes.
the wheatgrass juice, and I felt it's an aggressive lymph puller, and also the orange juice, so really feeling good to keep the toxins coming out of the system. It's
Yeah,
really
so
good
so
because
you noticed your body eliminating some mucus when you from a couple of days of juicing.
yes, yes.
You saw it. You saw
Uh,
your body eliminate it. Like you could see it in the toilet, or you could see it, or you could.
I saw it in the toilet. I
Yes,
saw it in the
yes,
toilet.
yes,
Yes,
yes. And this is it. When we start to move to raw food eating, when we start to move to juicing, when we start to rehydrate the body, when we start to energize the body with live food, that the body starts to eliminate. When we fast,
yes.
when we go to lighter foods, then the
Mm,
body's doing less digestive work, and therefore it is allowed now the body to do some healing, which is the elimination of
mm,
some of the blockages that are in the body. So we've got to get some of that mucus out of the body. And when we start doing, raw food eating, fasting, juicing, fruit eating, hydrogen rich waters, hydrogen rich liquids, this
yes,
is how the body heals. The body starts to eliminate. It starts to eliminate waste. It eliminates
yes,
physical waste. And along with the physical waste, there's always some emotional waste that's also released. And that emotional stuff,
yes,
it can happen at the same time. It can happen after. It can happen before. It doesn't go in a special order. Sometimes you get thoughts that go along with it. Sometimes you get emotions that go along with it. And sometimes we have to process a little bit of thought and emotion before the body eliminates the waste. So, but this is how it happens.
yes, yes.
Thank you
That's
for
really true.
sharing, brother. This is how it happens.
I I want to share one more thing, John. Actually, I'm passing through something, an issue in my family, but I'm generally a man who because who stresses out a bit because of the things going on. But I do really feel that I'm a lot more composed now. I can really feel the composure in my personality. And despite the things going on, I just am looking at that as a detached observer, and I can relate it to the prana, the download of the prana inside. And also, the other day, you posted a magnificent article regarding when you just pass the shitty stools out of the system, the shitty thoughts will find the way out. The dark energies will find the way out.
That's right. They come up and
And,
they can be freed this way. That's the way, my brother. Thank you so much for jumping on and
yes,
sharing with me. I'm supposed to be talking with Jessy Wald today. I know you had some trouble joining me the first time. Hopefully, if she can't get on today, that will get you in contact with
okay,
her to sort her out. Thank you so much, brother. I'm going to see if
sure,
I
sure,
can get her now. It looks like
sure,
she
sure,
just,
sure.
I saw somebody else
Yeah,
pop up, and I was trying to get to it, but it looks like it's gone away. Hopefully, if Jessy could just
I
try
saw,
again.
I
I
saw, I saw Jessy online. I saw Jessy online. Maybe she's finding a bit, she's finding a bit trouble. To maybe she must update the Facebook. And
I did see a red dot pop up here. That's how I normally join her, but I didn't respond to it because you
okay,
were talking. So if Jessy could try and jump, there we go again, brother. I'm gonna say goodbye. Love you, brother.
bye, 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 bye. Love you, love you.
Love you, brother. Okay, I saw Jessy pop up again, and uh, hopefully she's able to jump on now. Uh, okay, yes, I think we're adding her now. I think hopefully she's going to be able to join in with us. Oh, no answer from the live video guest. So let's try again. I did see it populating like it was going to go. Let's see if you can try again. Uh, yeah, I did see it starting to come up. If she could try one more time, let's see if we can do it. And if not, we'll have to try again next week to get Jessy on. This is a new technology. Oh, here we go again. Let's see. I'm trying again here. I am approving again. It says adding. It says adding. Hopefully, hopefully It's going to come through and we are going to have her. I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully she's going to get in. Brother Jesse, we've had some requests for you today from the Vibrant Spirit. Hopefully we're all going to get together, Vibrant Spirit and Jesse, and I think we're looking at Owen Fox, hopefully to join, and others who might want to join in on our fasting community, on our healing community, on our self-healing community, on a community where we heal ourselves with the loving energy of nature, the loving energy that's within every single one of us, that every single one of us uh, can connect to. It says we're adding. It says adding. It says adding. It looks like, let's see here. If Jesse Boudreau can jump on, let's see. This is funny. This is funny. Jesse Boudreau is here. Hopefully Jesse Boudreau is going to be able to jump on with us, and hopefully we'll be able to get some company here. I appreciate Vibrant Spirit for jumping on. I appreciate for people jumping on and sharing their experience. Lovely friends. This is what it's about. It's about community. It's about relationship. It's about coming back to community. It's about coming back to relationship. It's about coming back to what's authentic. Not able to get Jesse on either, Jesse Boudreau on either. It looks like there's some sort of stumbling block here today. I'm getting blocked for some reason today. I'm.
I did it. Oh, that was okay. I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, did I do it? Oh, okay. It's telling me I have to turn sideways, so can you hear me?
My divine feminine partner for today. Thank you, Jesse, for joining on. Thanks for joining with me today. This is it. This is it. This is what it is, lovely friends. It's masculine and feminine energy. This is what makes us whole. This is what makes us whole. This is how we become healthy and whole, is with a holistic approach to our health. Is how it happens. We need to take a more holistic approach to our health. And I'll tell you, before I introduce our lovely guest, I've just met Jesse just in the last week. We had our first dialogue, so I'm just getting to know her too. But I'm getting to know her with loving intention. Like, I'm intending the very best to happen for her and for us. I want the best for her. I want the best for me. I want the best for my family. I want the best for my community. That's love for me. That's love for the others. So we're gonna get together. We're gonna share some love today. We're sharing love with our community, right? And love is always two. Love is always between two. Love is always between the masculine and the feminine. And that doesn't necessarily mean between man and woman. Masculine and feminine is actually within each one of us. That there is a masculine mind and a feminine mind within each of us. And that we've got to be able to sharpen both of those saws, that both are highly skilled and highly developed. That's what makes us whole. That is the energetic shift that needs to happen within the body, within the being, right? People are always trying to fix their life by reaching outside, right? I went bankrupt at 30. I went bankrupt at 40. And, I'm almost 50. I'm 49. Before I turned 50, I recognized that I'm filthy rich. And I'm filthy rich in infinite love, right? I stepped beyond dollars and cents. I stepped beyond the physical, and I stepped into the metaphysical, into the energy, into the frequency, into the vibration. So this is stepping beyond all of the monetization of things, consumerism, going beyond. Like, we're going to energy exchange. Here we are exchanging energy, Jesse and I, recognizing that, when two people come together with loving intention, with positive intention for the other, that this is supportive for one another. Recognizing this, brothers and sisters, just coming together in relationship is healing. Just having healing dialogue, just having loving dialogue, this is healing, right? Loving foods, this is healing. Loving movement, exercise, this is healing. There's lots of things that we can do naturally to heal ourselves. And one of the biggest things we can do is find balance within, with our masculine and feminine mind. I don't want to take any more time talking about me. You know, I'm sure most of the people in my community have heard me blah, 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 chatterbox me. Enough. I want to get a chance to get to know our new lovely guest. And I would really like to start with just, you know, asking her to share, you know, her story about how she came to kind of be in the hot seat with me today, how she came to change herself, what changed in her life, what's happening with her, what happened to her, and what did she do, and what is she doing now because of what she's learned. Please, Jessy, share.
Hi, everybody. So, okay, so like the whole entire story of everything
Well,
I've been through.
whatever you feel comfortable with, lovely. Whatever you feel comfortable with.
Okay. Well, I don't know if any of you know me, but I am a singer, and now, you know, into health, raw vegan, already almost 4 years. And the basic just, you know, putting it into one sentence, fruit saved my voice. But I'll go back in time a little bit and explain a little more. So I've been singing for like 20 years since I was 7. And basic gist, I started with like pop, jazz, rock, blues, musical theater, and then a bit of classical. And then at 17, I got into opera. So in opera, you have to be like perfect because you don't have a microphone. So it's like if something is wrong, you know it. You know, it's not like sometimes in pop, you know, people have like, you know, raspy voice, but they can, you know, they can work through it and it sounds fine. It doesn't work for opera. So no. So basically, I got into my undergrad in opera, and I just finished my master's, but this is undergrad. And then my last year of undergrad, I realized that I had some problems. And the problems were, you know, the common problems that everybody has, right? And people don't even think of this as problems, but they, they really do affect everything about you, right? Like acid reflux, postnasal drip, people are just like, oh yeah, like I have acid reflux. Like nobody really, because it considers that a problem anymore. Everybody has acid reflux. It's a big problem. But yeah, so
If
I
you're an
had,
opera singer, it's a big problem, right? Like
I mean, for everybody, that's what like that I'm trying to say. It affects everything, and especially your voice. If you're an opera singer, there's so many opera singers now that have acid reflux and just take a pill, and I'm like, it's not gonna do anything, okay? That's not gonna do anything. But I mean, so yeah, so I remember my last year, like pre-semester of college, I had like my senior recital and like all these tests and like all these performances, and I was going crazy. I was hardly sleeping. I was eating like late at night. I was eating, you know, I wasn't vegan or anything, but technically like not super unhealthy. Like my mom always jammed fruit and veggies in there, but clearly that doesn't work. If you're still eating processed food, it's still processed food. So yeah, so I basically had acid reflux, postnasal drip. I had really bad IBS. I had really bad congestion, allergies, really terrible blood flow, bad immune system. My immune system just did not work. And a bunch of other stuff like skin problems and everything, but those were the major ones that affected my voice. And of course, you know, weight gain or whatever, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the voice, because that is why I got into this, to fix my voice. Later on, you know, I got into like healing everything else about myself. But first, I got into healing my voice, because basically what had happened is within that last year of senior year and 2 years later, before I started all of this, within those 2 years, my voice was cray cray. I don't know if any of you know about the voice, but I am a coloratura soprano, which is like the highest type of soprano. And within those 2 years, I just went into a mezzo range, like low. And so technically I was 23, 24. So my teachers were like, oh, that's normal, because that is the normal time when the voice technically changes, but not that much. And I knew that something was up. Like I was always a coloratura soprano. now I went to a mezzo range. My voice was like all airy, and I was like getting a little hoarse, you know, every time that I practiced every day for a while, which did not happen before. So I'm like, okay, no, something's wrong, and I'm gonna figure it out. So I went into the rabbit hole and I found Fully Ragusina, Dr. Moore's, some lady that I kind of forgot her name that was talking about fasting, and my mind was just like. So basically I became vegan, and that was super easy because I was living in Israel at the time, which is like so easy to be vegan and raw vegan. And so 2 weeks later, I said, I'm gonna just go all the way because why not? And I became raw vegan, and that was that. And then I got into, you know, I did fasting. I did like a whole period of time of just fruit and a bunch of different things. And then, so basically, right, I forgot to say the most important part. I started being raw vegan. 1 month later, all of my range came back like it was like I never had changed anything, like it was 2 years before. And then over time, over the next few months that I stayed raw vegan and, you know, did fasting and everything, my voice grew, it got huge, and it's awesome. And yeah, so I proved them all wrong. They're like, oh yeah, you're just gonna have to practice a little less. No, something is clearly not right. So you know when something is not right. Everybody knows that something is not right, and it's our job to fix it. Nobody else can fix it for us.
I
So
love that story. That's amazing. And you know what's really awesome about it is that you had such a personal, intimate relationship with yourself and your voice that you could really even notice that little bit of difference in your voice, and you knew something was wrong, and everyone around you was saying, oh, that's just the way that it is. That's what happens at 23, 24 to normal people. You recognize this isn't right. And instead of just accepting that that's what happens, you started to look into what else is out there, and you found the truth, which has been hidden from all of our sites. And it's
yep.
been hidden behind all of the meat and dairy board, the big pharma and the big agra and the government message and all of the fear-based messaging and all of the physical messaging, like you need to get calories and you need to get protein and you need to get starch and you need to get fats and you need to and you need to and you need to, and this is how they sell you stuff.
I'm pretty sure that's why I became sick, because I had like a low protein, and then they told me to eat more meat, and then that's when all the problems started. I'm like, thank you, doctors. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy.
Like whoever had a protein deficiency, like show me someone with a protein deficiency. Like
It's crazy. I always tell people, I'm like, don't worry about protein. Just worry about glucose and carbs. And trust me, fruits and veggies have everything.
yes, if we make the switch, if we get the new understanding that we need, but it really takes a new understanding. And it doesn't happen overnight either. It takes a little bit of practice. You have to engage with that for a little bit of time. You may notice things right away, but it's not going to fix itself overnight. It's going to fix itself through a little bit of practice and rehearsal and thinking about that and working on that and doing that again and again and again. This is how we develop the masculine mind. It's through practice, through habit, through behavior. We choose a goal. I want to be fit. I want to be healthy. I want to have a beautiful voice. I want to have a beautiful body. I want to have a beautiful relationship with my wife or my children or my future. I want to have a beautiful relationship with money. I want to have a beautiful relationship with the world, with the trees, with the animals that I live on the planet with. You know, this is like intention. These are intentions of decisions we make in the masculine mind, and we practice them to develop the discipline of the masculine mind. And then the other side of this coin is the imagination. It's like picturing your life in a better way, like how you want your life to be. Like that's your imagination. So it's to really finely tune the masculine and the feminine within that makes you happy, healthy, and whole. It's an energetic shift within the body and being we get from moving to live foods.
Yep.
How did you start fasting? How did you start fasting?
How did I find out, or how did I begin?
both. How did you find out about it? And then what did you start doing?
I feel terrible for, there was this blonde lady on YouTube, and I can't remember her name because I saw her at the beginning like 4 years ago. I don't remember her name. But she introduced me to fasting. And like ever since then though, I started watching other videos of other people who fast and blah, 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 blah. And then I just said, I'm gonna just do it. And I can't remember my first fast, but I remember I think it was like 3 months in. That was my first water fast. And then I remember 4 months into being raw vegan, I got cast in an opera role in Italy. And then I remember for a lot of rehearsals, and especially the day before, I said, maybe it'll help if I fast, the day before, like a rehearsal, like a dress rehearsal. And it really helped. So I fasted 2 days before the actual performance. And it was awesome. Like all my high notes were like just, it was great. So that's when I got even into more fasting. And basically throughout this, like the first year, it was all about the voice. It was like, that was my challenge. Like try to figure out like what, what's best for the boys and blah, blah. And then now my challenge is that, but also I'm very competitive, so it kind of works that way. So now my challenge is just try to figure out what's like the most healing, like the best for my body. Like how do I get into the most healing? And that's why this year I started going into like healing of the mind as well as, not only what we eat, but also mental health and meditation. And that's why I got into sound healing and vocal sound healing. Since I'm already a singer of 20 years, that worked out great.
And
And
so
also,
it grows as you go, and your thoughts grow as you go. You get different thoughts in your mind. You get inspired to do different things and work on different things and think and speak about different things. And, your life starts to get excited, and I start getting optimistic about the future. Something awesome is going to happen. We start thinking and
yeah.
speaking this way.
This year was funny. It's actually a really funny story. Well, I mean, I've been teaching people how to sing for like 15 years now. But then since the pandemic started, I decided to do it mostly teaching people how to sing, but mostly based on vocal health, because as we know, I have experience with all that. And I helped other people, but this time I wanted to do it like for real, right? I'm like, it's going to be like a coaching thing. Like I'm going to help people, like better, basically, realize that what you eat and do affect your voice. And then also this year, I decided to do, the fact that your voice can also affect, and heal your health and body. So kind of like a double standard that also has a lot to do. And it's funny because one is about, physical technically, but then the other one is about mental, but technically they both come together because I mean, they're one and the same. And that's why I got into manifesting. I can't, manifesting and all of that. And I think it's funny in the sense of how it all happened this year, because for the past 2 years, or maybe for the past like my whole entire life, I'm 27 now, and it's just a funny story. I always thought, because I turned 27 on the 27th, so I was like, obviously my 27th is going to be like the best year of my life. That's just my, because of course, I don't know, I turned 27 on the 27th. It's going to be like woo, and that's when all of this happened. Like all my life, I always wanted to be an opera singer, but now it's like, what about this? What about this? And I can help people with this. And yeah, so it's been awesome. I got really into all of these new things, and sound healing is amazing because I can put sound healing into health and also into music, and it's great.
So I
But
want
yeah,
to point that out that, you thought that since you were 27 and that you were born on the 27th, that you thought that your 27th year was going to be a really big year for you. So you kind
and
of
it was
thought,
because I manifested it.
so you thought that, and because you thought that, it became your reality. Do you see that?
Funny.
That's how it goes. That's how it
Hmm.
goes. Exactly how it goes. Whatever you think and believe is your reality, and you make it into your reality by thinking and believing it. So we believe something through repetition. So we have to repeat it each day. We have to get up and repeat it, and we have to spend some time actually meditating on it. So it's like meditating on the thoughts and the words and the beliefs, like
Yes,
holding them in your
exactly.
mind while you breathe. This is meditation. Holding those ideas in your mind while you're breathing. You're meditating on these ideas. This is how
And if
we
you ask
grow it.
Exactly. And if you want to add a little more, you do that while also putting in the vibration of the singing, and then it's like magic.
So you add vocals, or you add sound to it. So this would be like a healing treatment. So this would be like if I was to engage with you in a healing treatment, you would take me through something like this, like some sort of like.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Either I do it if you're not comfortable yet, singing, or, I
Singing,
kind of
me
like a,
singing in front of people.
it's not necessarily singing. It's mostly like humming and like just like,
Yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
like
I would like to sing. I don't know if I would be comfortable to sing in front of others yet. Like it's my first
see, we
time.
have to get through that.
Okay. Whatever I need
It's
to get
all
through.
mental blockage.
But this is it, right? Is it's like you're a sound healer, a vibration healer. I'm a movement healer. I'm an exercise healer, a trainer, a coach. So, we're both working with mindset and voice, mindset and body. We're both working with physical and mental. We're working with the energy. We're working with raw foods. We're working with fasting. We're working with nature. We're working with light. We're working with grounding. We're working with energy. We're working with healing, natural healing. So this is what we're doing. And what we want to do is we want to also, you know, we want to break some of the barriers that we've got in the mind, like in the mind of the world. And one of the big barriers that I really want to smash is, consumerism. Like this idea, the world monetary system. Like, so sorry for wanting to bust this thing apart, but it's just a load of bullshit, and it really holds us trapped. And if we really want to be happy, healthy, and well, we've got to break beyond the money barrier. As long as you keep on thinking about the money, and I don't have the money, and it's not there yet, and I don't have it yet. As long as we keep on thinking like this, we're never going to get it. And as long as we're thinking like, I got to go to work and I don't like my work, this sort of mental is not the energy that breaks through it. In order to break through it, we got to get into the energy. We got to get into the energy of what we want. We got to start thinking and talking about what we want. Don't worry about how it's going to come. You got to start getting into the frequency of it. So, like, one thing I'd love to do with you, because we're, both in this, is I'd like to team up with you. We're both into this. It's, why not practice it and engage with it and grow in it and with it together? Like, collaborate and do something where, I get a chance to show you what it is I do and teach you my skill, because that's my habit and behavior and practice. And I want to do that. That's my love. That's how I give love to the world. That's how I share love with you. That's how I share energy with you. So I'd love to share my energy with you. And if you share yours with me, then we can kind of both benefit from each other. And maybe the people in our community can also benefit from our exercise, from our singing program, from our vibration therapy, from our nutrition sharing, from our fasting, from what we've learned, how we healed ourselves. If we could share that with the world by, dialoguing and sharing and exercising and breathing and meditating, if we can get together over the next, say, 4 weeks, and if we got together each week, say Thursday afternoons like this, and we got together and we just spent a half an hour and we worked on some of these things, and we worked on sharing about some of these things, and we just kind of teased these things out, that, it was a practice for us to get into the energy ourselves, and with each other, we're practicing together. This is what we're doing, it's doing it freely, and sharing that without any, need for money, like just moving beyond the need for money and just doing it out of the love of our hearts. Like, this is who and what we are. Let's just put it out there. Let's just give it away for free. Let's let people see and know who and what we really are. And this is what we really are. We are energetic beings.
Yes, 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 yes. That'd be awesome. And yeah, about the money. I mean, I know like me and all of my friends, especially in, our 20s, we're all just like everybody's money obsessed. But yeah, I've learned that basically not to worry, not necessarily to think about the money, but think about what I want from it. You know, the fact that I want to live in like a nice little like, you know, foresty community with a nice little like fruit thing. So that's what I focus on, you know, because that can happen with or without the money. And the money part isn't really important. The whole part, I mean, you know, I want to help people. It doesn't have to be for money. And I mean, I'm Jewish, and in the whole like, you know, in our religion, we say like kind of like tzedakah type of situation where if you give, you get.
This is
So
it, love. This is it. Changing our give. We have to change our give. This is how we get something different. We change our give. So we want to get out of the scarcity mindset, like, oh, I can't do that because it's not no money in it, or I don't get paid for it. Or we want to stop thinking like this. This is like a scarcity mindset. No, it's like I'm giving freely of what I have. And by doing that, really giving freely of what I have, I get a chance to showcase my message out there. And that's how over time and practice we gather the money. Like I'm 50. So, I mean, you know, you're 27. If you're not rich yet, don't worry. I went bankrupt at 30. I went bankrupt at 40. Don't worry about it. We step in doo-doo. We make mistakes in our life. And that does not need to define and judge and determine the outcome of our life. Just because something went wrong in our life doesn't mean that the rest of my life needs to be wrong. It's you know, I need to dust myself off. Okay, that's how I was thinking. That's how I was doing things. That's how I was engaging with my life. And I saw what I got because of it. And so now I'm working on engaging my life differently and doing things differently and moving into infinite possibilities and moving into the infinity that I am within by thinking and speaking about that, not talking about the lack and limitation, but by thinking and speaking about what it is that I want to create. Does that make sense?
yes, 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 completely. Yes, that, I mean, that's what we have to do. Speak about it, sing about it, think about it, imagine it. If you're, you know, a visual person, creating a picture, whatever it is, just be there. And
That's like a vision board, right? Like a vision board is like creating that picture, those images, those things that you want to create. It's like getting your mind out of the doldrums, like this happened to me and that happened to me. And we can get stuck in that. We need to get ourselves moving. We need to get ourselves breathing. We need to get thinking and speaking really about the goals.
yeah, and I think it's important to remember that everything that happens is for a reason. Like, you know, it's like, oh, why did it happen to me? Nothing, you know, nothing really happened. It's just like we all come here to learn lessons. So instead of being sad about it, think about what can I learn? And, you know, I'm still alive. I'm still happy. I'm still good. Let's go on.
Yeah,
That's the basic.
to move from like, you know, this happened to me to like, oh, what am I gonna do about it? You know,
Hmm.
it's just to make that shift. And everyone needs to stay in that doom and gloom for a certain amount of time before they recognize I need to stop doing this. And so it's not bad to be sad. It's not bad to be, you know, down or we have to have our time to heal. But when we're ready to take action and say, look, you know, I'm tired of crying. I'm ready to make my life different. I just want to do it and I want to know how to do it. Well, that's what this is going to be about. It's about showing people when they're ready to take action, to make change in their life. This is how it happens.
Yeah. And it does help, I think, at least in my experience and other people's experience, it helps when you think about a lot, the fact that everything happens for a lesson. Because I remember when my dad used to tell me that when I was little, and then suddenly like everything switched. And whenever I had like an argument with my parents or with anybody, I'd go to my room and instead of crying, I'd be like, so what did I learn? Like I'll just list bullet points of like why
But
could this have happened?
you have to have the type of mindset to do that, right? Like that has to be your habit, your behavior, your practice. Like it's rather than reacting to what's happening around me, like what is it actually thinking and saying to it inside of me? So like taking that upset, going to your room with the fight and just laying down and thinking about it and being with it and sitting with it and like, what do I need to learn from this? Like, how do I need to change? What do I need to grow? How do I need to be different? How do I need to be better? Rather than thinking shitty things about my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my lover, like, you know, my child, like thinking negative things about them, rather than attacking it outwardly, let's positively, lovingly attack this within ourselves. Let's adjust within energetically. This is how we change the life.
Yeah. And even if, because I know a lot of people, for example, that are stuck in like shitty home situations, and if it, even if it's, you know, actually could be somebody else's, you know, fault, or not necessarily fault, I don't like to blame or whatever, but you know, it's in
Yes.
there.
Yes.
It's still, you know, it's about you to make it a little better. Like you know, something a little that you can do to tweak it even within yourself, or to plan. Like I know somebody's like planning their getaway.
Planning your
Oh,
getaway, making your getaway plan. Like, even that's even more of a stimulation than, oh no, I'm just in this trouble. Oh no, oh no.
yeah.
Start
And
writing
the
your getaway plan.
Because the problem is that most of the time people are stuck in those places, mentally or physically, it's because they're scared of change. And that's, I mean, everybody's a little scared of change because it's kind of like the human thing, right? We get used to habit and we want to stay there. But I mean, that's not the point of life, in my opinion. The point is to like experience all these weird things. And I learned that like a while ago, that I just kind of want to experience it all and just go out there. And change is
Open
fun. Change is
yourself.
actually good.
Open
If
yourself
you're
up
not
to that.
changing, if you're not changing, then something's wrong. If, you know, if you don't see change, either you're not changing within, or you don't see change around you, then something's not right in life. So yeah.
This is what life is. Life is change. Life is change, right? This is what it is. And so if your life's not changing, something's wrong. I love that. Simple advice.
Yeah.
So find some comfort with change. You know, settle into the discomfort of change, because it's natural, it's normal, it's life, right?
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. And I don't know if there's any like new viewers. I actually can't see who's viewing because I don't know if you can.
We've
I
got
can't
we've
see
got
it.
a few comments. We've got a few comments. We've
Oh,
got some
I
viewers.
can't
We've
see
got some
comments.
people that have enjoyed our time. I loved our time. I'd love to share this with your community. I'd love to share this with my community, with my love community. I'd like to invite people to join my love community. I'd like to invite people to friend Jessy Wald. I'd like to let people know that Jessy Wald and I are going to be getting together over the next 4 weeks for a little bit of dialogue, a half an hour dialogue each week. Now that we know how to jump on live and we know how to do this,
Yeah.
we're gonna share this with our communities. We're gonna share, you know, what we've learned, and and how it happens. And we're gonna do that with exercise, with vibration, with voice, with nutrition, and we're gonna meet back and forth, and share natural health. I think natural health is self-love,
Yeah.
natural
That's
health,
the basic.
healing,
Learn how to heal by yourselves.
healing yourself. Yes, self-healing. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So I think we did good. I think we did good to gather our first relationship, our first live relationship.
Yes, I was gonna say, if anybody can't find me, I'm the vocal healer, like all over the place. You just put it and you'll find me. And I wanted to say, for the people that don't know you that are going to be seeing this, if you wanted to say a little bit of your story.
Oh, well, I mean, my story is that, you know, I was a young guy who at 13 got into a fight, and kind of got beat up, got dusted and embarrassed in front of the girls. And I decided then that I needed to build myself up. And so I got into building my body. And I went all the way to be provincial champion, and you know, provincial like to the national level, and I went to the Mr. Universe competition, and I really, you know, lived that life of professional bodybuilding, and it all stemmed from this kind of broken idea that I wasn't good enough. Like I thought I needed to build my body to be good. I needed to rip my body apart to be good. And that broken idea, I carried it out into my life, and I started to break up my entire life with that broken idea. And it wasn't until my life fell apart, the bottom dropped out of my life again at 40, and I almost lost my wife and my children, that I recognized that, you know what, no, I need to change my life from the inside. Like I need to stop breaking my body. And when I started to stop ripping my body apart, and started to change my nutrition, once I started to change my mindset, take responsibility for my life, that new information, new books, new people, fasting, fruit eating, juicing, grounding, earthing, yoga, breath work, meditation, all of this started to grow in my life from following and learning from other people that came into my circle because I started to change my mind and change what I believed and change what I thought and spoke about. And then I started to get different relationships. And here I am now in a relationship with Jessy Wald and practicing a loving relationship here with Jessy Wald and with my community and with my family and with my loved community. It's all about loving yourself. And as you really learn how to do that and focus in on yourself, that frequency and vibration grows inside of you. And when it grows inside of you, you eventually start to see it happening around you. So stop trying to fix it outside and blame the other. Really turn around and look in and fix it inside of yourself. And you can, and it will fix. And don't worry, it can fix. All things can be fixed.
True. That's awesome. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, it's like so many people now are like, blaming the government because of everything that's going on. And it's like, yes, the government sucks, but that's not their fault that you're sad. You're sad because you let them, make you sad.
That's right. Taking back your power. That's empowerment. This is about taking back your power. Stop blaming the government. Stop blaming your wife or your kids. Stop blaming your husband, your boyfriend. You're unhappy because of your thoughts. That's why you're unhappy. Happiness is something that you change inside of yourself.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
Awesome, Jessy. I'm glad we got to talk today. I'm glad we got to introduce you to my audience. I'm glad I got maybe an opportunity to introduce myself to yours. Let's share these messages with our community. Let's encourage our communities to meet with us next week. And if they can't see us live, let them know that it'll be on our YouTube. We'll make sure that we record these and share these all week. And so people can jump on and find out about Jessy Wald and find out about John DePass and find out about themselves and about how they can heal themselves by themselves.
Yes, exactly. By, even if it's not by yourself, but, because some people need a little bit of guidance, that's okay too. As long as the whole point is that healing through, natural causes, things that, our body can just produce, like sound of our voice, your body can produce it. And if you're not comfortable with doing that yet, I can help heal you with the sound of my vibration with that was right. That was correct. And and same thing with eating right, same thing with fitness, all of that. And if you maybe you can do next time, you can do some kind of like fitness routine, and we can all remember it. And
so maybe next time then. How about next time? We want to maybe demonstrate a little bit of our so you'd like to do a little bit of movement next week, and then maybe the week after that we do a little bit of singing or a little bit of vocal or a little bit of frequency vibration healing. Does it sound good?
Perfect.
Okay, let's do that. We'll do that for next week. Jessy Wald and John DePass, Coach John, we'll get together for a little bit of movement and breath work and meditation.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Exciting. Okay, Jessy, I love it. And I love our engagement and our new relationship. Thank you so much for it. Thank you so much for making the time for me and for my community. I appreciate it.
Yes, and thank you. I'm happy to be here.
And I'll see you next week.
Yes, I'll see you next week.
Love to you and love to all our friends.
Thank you. I don't know how to get out of here, so
don't worry. I'll get us out of here.
It's up to me. We'll be here forever.
See you later, love. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.